I'm the Visual Arts Manager at the Northfield Arts Guild. This exhibition, Centered Mindfulness, caps off the Guild's 60th season. It features installation works by 6 regional artists: Marilyn Larson, Lloyd, Saurer, Shoger, Elizabeth Simonson, and Michon Weeks. Each artist has developed a specific visual language that aims to shift viewers' perspective toward a more meditative view of the world, either through repetitive forms, mathematical theories, grid systems, or circular structures. Please enjoy this virtual tour of Centered Mindfulness. This 11th Circuit classical labyrinth pattern was originally found on Visby Island in Gotland, Sweden. It was composed of stones on turf dating back to 15 CE. Marilyn created this rendition inspired by a marking flag version she had created on a bluff-top meadow overlooking the Root River near Lanesboro, Minnesota. It can be walked with hands and eyes. This 7-segment meander pattern is a contemporary design Marilyn created to be used in smaller indoor spaces. This can be used with repetition to create a walk of your desired length of time. This piece is titled Rose Nebula and is a concentric 7th Circuit labyrinth. Marilyn created this painting for an exhibit at the Summer School Museum in Washington, D.C. Her desire was to relate the abstract structure of a labyrinth to similar forms found in nature. Concentric circles are common to many labyrinths and express energetic paths of emergence, such as waves from a pebble dropped in a pool or a star exploding. Both types of energy are held within us. Transversing a labyrinth can bring these qualities into alignment. The Pleiades Path is a portal and a choreograph created for ceremonial use in alignment with the sun and earth, with the cluster of stars in the shoulder of Taurus, the bull, known as the 7 sisters in Greek mythology. A 6-pointed star represents the sisters, with the disappearing 7th sister as a 3-circuit labyrinth in the center. One person can walk the circle first and stop at a point of the star, then walk the whole triangle to where they began. Then they walk the arc of the outer circle to the left to the next point and repeat the process through all 6 points. The labyrinth in the center is walked with the eyes. Boreal Studies, a series by Lloyd. Tim states, "Drawing for me has always been a way to get into the mind of an artist. Without the intent of making a work of art, the direct activity of putting marks on a surface gets close to the thinking of a person. It's something like what I like to say, picking the brain of another human." Tim continues, "This series of drawings of trees from an area of Minnesota's Arrowhead gives this group of graphite drawings a sense of place, not only of boreal species, that of old-growth white pine, white spruce, and balsam fir, but of my intent to describe the trees." He says, "I hope too that they also give a glimpse of my thought process. I love graphite as a tool for mark making. For me, its spontaneity conveys how I'm mindful as I draw." This series of drawings by Jan Shoger is titled Shadows, and she has written an accompanying poem. Wintry, distorted shadows of tree, shrubs, grasses fall across the white undulations on the hill behind the house. The mind focuses, empties of all thoughts. What I see, feel at this moment is all that matters. Totally caught up, charcoal marks are made, responding to what I see, what I take in. Hand and eye movements merge, spontaneous. Meditative gestures quickly mark the paper. This is a series by John Saurer titled The Tenderland. He created this monoprint series of over 100 impressions of simple objects collected at his feet off the ground, natural and man-made, beautiful and ugly. From the available prints, the ones shown here were selected for this space. Of his inspiration for this series, John states, "I am intrigued by the multiple and the potential to construct a larger composition from a single print matrix and the ghosts of previous impressions as the series moves forward." John continues, "My artwork is a metaphor for order, sometimes re-expressing order found in the landscape, a mechanical process, the rhythm of form, personal relationships, and the life around me. Each work is often a collaboration of many independent parts that are crafted to come together to express a larger whole." Elizabeth Simonson states that her work is structured through the creation of repetitive systems. Where better can this be found than in the building blocks of life? From molecular structures to complex organisms, life grows blindly, motivated by one organizing principle, creating self-sustaining structures that foster survival. She feels that abstraction and the use of logic, systems, and patterns is a powerful language accessible to all viewers through its association to nature. She uses common everyday materials like tape, wire, beads, tiles, fishing line, office supplies, or anything that comes in multiples. Before committing herself to visual art, Elizabeth was a professional dancer performing as a principal for Minnesota Dance Theater and Feld's Ballet, New York. Her site-specific installations are temporal by nature, with each iteration changing slightly, much like a dancer's performance. When asked if it bothered her that her piece would be torn down, she said, "No, it's just like a performance, a temporal event, and like choreography, it can be recreated again and again, albeit with different interpretations, much like a performance." Inspired by L systems, spin is structured through the repetition of one unit defined as two archways connected by thread. Layered together in a circular pattern, the piece multiplies exponentially, creating complex geometric shapes that reference waves and suspension bridges. Like the unit, Elizabeth's actions of threading bead after bead repeatedly invites a state of intense mindfulness for both the artist and the viewer. This is a series of drawings by Michon Weeks titled Airplane Boombox Car. Of her approach, Michon states, "As an artist, I work to see as concretely as possible what my mind can think and imagine. Inspiration can come from anything and anywhere, things, thoughts, memories, sensations, etc. She continues, "My collection of subjects for this group of drawings came from direct conversations with my choir mates at St. Peter's in Northfield, Minnesota. I asked my fellow singers questions about themselves. What is important to you? How do you spend your time? What are your prized possessions? Often their answers yielded specific objects, a sewing machine, a stocking cap, an airplane, a ring, etc. Michon continues, "I draw to see a materialized view of each object distilled through my ink, tools, hands, brain, senses, heart, and gut. I made many of the drawings within a grid of lines or dots. The grid provides a field where I can find imagery and avoid dishonest marks. Blocky shaped objects, along with my mistakes, edits, and dabs of unpolished doubt, are unconcealed in the drawings." Please join us to celebrate these artists at a virtual reception from 6:30 to 7:30 on Thursday, August 6th. For details on the reception, to see exhibition photos and artist videos, and to purchase works from the exhibition catalog, please visit our website, northfieldartsguild.org. Thank you for watching this virtual tour of Centered Mindfulness.